You're a little bit closer.
Okay, so
you have to eat every day. You need to eat.
Hey guys, it's Simply V, come vibe with me. So today, I actually have a special guest, the smartest architect you'll ever meet.
that is so cringe.
This is like one of the smartest people in my class, guys, but I'm smarter. Anyway, so basically, we're gonna be talking today about
Advice for first years.
So the first thing we're actually going to be talking about is, I guess, the adjustment from high school to uni.
I think the transition between high school and university is actually starting to learn about the subject that you're doing. Because honestly speaking, in my opinion, most subjects in high school and most of the information that you learn is absolutely useless. Like, you're not going to remember it. I don't even remember most of the stuff in high school. But when it comes to university, it's really about learning, like prioritize learning instead of getting good grades. Like, even if you fail a project, but you still try to learn, you still experimented, you still know where you went wrong, that's much more valuable. It's going to help you in the long run. In first year, you might be getting high marks due to the fact that you are still using the same tactics from high school. But in third year, if you've been learning, the hard work is going to compound and you're going to be much more skilled. So yeah.
I feel like in uni, you start to discover that you don't just memorize things and get a good grade, like you said. So for me, I've had to really discover that I need to get into the nitty-gritties. They will ask, did I say nitty-gritties? Anyways, yeah, you need to get into the depth of whatever you're learning about, because if you just do surface level learning, it's not gonna fly, you know.
Would you say that you did that in high school?
I think I just did what I needed to. Like, I just went as far as I had to, if that made sense. Yeah. Okay, in the last years of high school, it was different. You actually did need to go deeper. But then, before that, you know, just memorizing history notes and memorizing your chemistry stuff, you could get away with that.
I think learning or educating yourself is probably one of the best things that you can do in life, especially when you're learning about a topic which you're genuinely interested in. And I think in university it becomes that way because everything is much more focused. You want to become an architect, so you're going to be learning about something you actually like. So yeah. A meeting right now.
Okay, you have a meeting. Okay.
Yeah, we'll just pause and come back soon.
We'll come back.
A few moments later.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So we decided to add another
We didn't decide to add. We kidnapped him and he's going to come and answer questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guys, we kidnapped somebody. This is Michelle. Say hi.
Hi.
Alright, so what were we talking about?
Time.
Management. Like, how was time management for you in first year? Did you struggle with it?
Yes, very horrible. Not because I was wasting time, but because I'm a perfectionist, and if I'm not happy with the work I've made, I'll often try to rework it. And that literally took so many hours. And I guess also the issues that I live far. So I used to use the hard train every day and use buses. I think I used 5 different modes of transport in one day just to get home, just to go to school. So yeah, so I get dropped off in the morning, take a bus to different campus, take another bus station, then take the train all the way to a different place, then take another bus, then get fetched.
No, it's when
It didn't sound that much. Like I was thinking just a hard train.
No,
when you were saying it,
so many things, like literally 2 hours of traveling every day. Yeah, then when it came to time management, it's bad habits, in my opinion. I normally get fun when I am sleeping properly, productive with my work, stuff like that. And sacrificing things like YouTube or scrolling forever on Instagram is probably... doom scrolling. I don't mind sacrificing that. So I don't think you need to sacrifice that, but I think you need to make sure that you get your work done before you have the fun stuff in life. So
yeah, time management was something I needed to address in first year. Like he said, you know, it's just like those tiny distractions, social media, YouTube, or like another thing I used to do was just to think to myself, I can do this in like 1 hour.
I can lie. That's one of the biggest lies.
Exactly.
One of the
Like,
biggest guys.
I used to tell myself I can manage this, but I didn't. So I think how I'm actually dealing with that is to give more time to whatever it is I need to do. If I think I can do it in 2 hours, let's extend it and say 4 hours, just so that
Double the time. With
double the time. Yeah.
Triple.
Triple.
This is my, I don't know if you can see it, 1 hour, 19 minutes
On Instagram.
on Instagram.
Ooh.
Daily average, this is for today.
Wow.
That is wow.
It usually goes up to
Literally
like
top.
3 hours, which is very bad. But then, I mean, for me, I've noticed that time management is more than just figuring out when to do your work, because we're thinking of time management in the sense of how it affects your schoolwork, your school life, your activities, and how you're gonna like organize your tasks.
Yeah.
But it stems from more than just that to your daily life. Like, when do you wake up?
Oh,
What
yeah.
time do you go to sleep? When do you eat? Eating is crucial. You have to eat every day. Time management was bad for me in the sense that I didn't eat when I only ate when I was hungry. When my stomach started telling me that, hey bro, we need to eat, you know, rather than eating because you have to.
Yeah.
So I guess for me, I'm still learning how to manage my time, honestly speaking. Discipline is a word I do not like because it just reminds me of flogging and, you know, parental form of discipline when it comes to studying that I hate.
Yeah.
But time management is very crucial, and it's something that takes a lot of time,
Yeah.
I'd say, to master.
I also feel like with time management, like you were talking about having to make sure that every area of your life, not just school, is well planned. I feel like that's a very good thing because it's so important for you to know when I'm waking up and I'm sleeping, it's all like gonna lead to it.
Especially for people who commute to school, or even those who stay not like with the, I know when you say out of sight, out of mind, you know, you're here at school and you know, okay, when I get home, 2 hours I'm gonna spend on this task, 2 hours I'm gonna spend on that task. But when you get home, school is behind you and you're thinking of something completely different now. Now you think of what I'm supposed to do at home, and then it kind of like just, it doesn't.
Yeah. If you don't plan things properly, you'll basically be planning on doing the thing and you're gonna be so disorganized. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So
That's very true.
oh, okay, sleep.
Sleep.
It's so tempting to sleep for 3 hours when you start this course, and you know there's this whole, not really a myth, but a saying that you're not going to sleep in architecture, which is actually true.
You think?
Not completely true. You're not going to sleep if your time management is not organized. Like, if even one thing I realized for myself, I live far from campus, but I realized that even though I have so many things, and I also cook for myself, I cook my own meals, which I didn't do in first year. Like, I literally don't know what the hell I was doing this year. But I realized that I'm still sleeping better. I'm sleeping much better. So it is possible to sleep under an immense amount of stress. So sleep is very important. Diet as well. Like, if you're gonna be eating a half box of chips and wondering why you can't do any why you can't do any work, like, that has to change. And also sugar as well messes with your productivity. I don't eat bread, I don't eat carbs, I don't eat like pap or rice or whatever. I am actually on keto, which is super powerful productivity. So yeah.
You know what? I do think your diet is crazy, but I will say this.
But it works.
I think it's about finding what works for you.
Yeah, 100% true, because it might work for me, but it might not work for you.
I guess also a lot of things with time management that we have to break is these generational curses of architecture school. Because yeah, these, I don't want to say that they're demons in the building at the moment you walk in, all of a sudden you become this, whatever. But like, whoever said that no, in architecture school you're not gonna sleep. And one thing that I do not hate, okay, one thing that I hate, that I do not like, is, you know, when, I'm gonna give you an analogy of like in high school when you have this one person that plays sports and they always get crutches and always come with a arm cast so you can sign it, you know, because people want that kind of pity. People want them, you want the attention.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that's very big in architecture, and people can kind of flex the amounts of hours they slept, like, oh, you slept 1 hour. And people be like, oh my gosh.
They're like literally competing to be
Yes.
to your life over
And it's
like
like,
this.
no. Like, prioritize your sleep. You need to sleep, and you can fit that 8 hours in.
Yeah, you
You
really
literally just
can.
have to sleep.
Close your
Just, yeah.
eyes. I think I agree with you. Like that's one of the most important things with time management for me as well. And it's about having like train your brain to have a regular time that it goes to sleep. I know that like we obviously have different deadlines with our courses, right? But what I found most effective is to actually have a set bedtime and then wake up and study after you've rested, rather than for you to exhaust yourself into the night and then now you just you're writing and then the pen goes off and now your drawing looks bad.
You think that you're getting a lot of work done in that 5 minutes, but you're spending 2 hours on one task that you could do so much better if you're awake. Sleep. Don't take sleep for granted.
To me, especially in the last 3 years, the most important thing has been mental health. And you know, everyone talks so hard and saying, yo, mental health awareness day, but no one does anything about it, which is so problematic. I've realized with this course, my productivity and my enjoyment of it increases when my mental health is good. So I try as much as possible. I'm not perfect, but I try to meditate, I try to pray. I think also sometimes, actually a lot of the times you need divine intervention. Like this is not even true. And as well as journaling, I think that's also very helpful. So tending to your mental health first before everything else, like it comes before the course, I promise you.
Also, like you mentioned journaling. So for me, I didn't actually notice how like impactful that is until I started properly journaling. I saw this video when someone was saying if somebody asks you what's 1 + 1, you can easily say it's 2, right? But then if they ask you what is the summation of 6 to the power 8 minus what, you obviously are going to need a piece of paper to write down the equations and whatnot. That's the same way it is with our brain, because if you try to make decisions without having written down your thought processes and everything, you're not really going to make the best decisions. So for me, journaling is so helpful. And when you journal, you know, when you meditate, when you pray, your brain, you just calming down, you know, calming yourself down. So that is very...
Because it gets
erasing everything around you, just focusing on.
Yeah, like sometimes taking a break from life in general, because you're getting punched by so many different people at the same time.
For me, I would say that actually almost contradictory to how you guys would, because you guys are very, no, it's because people are different, right? I would be that, but I would be more verbal. For me, the most important thing that has allowed me to be wherever I am right now is the connections and the friends that I make. You need a support system, you need a support structure. And the kind of friends you make, your connections are very important.
I also think something that has helped me is being inquisitive, like ask questions.
Yeah, ask questions, even if they're stupid.
There's no such thing as wrong.
Like, actually, the lecturers, a lot of them are absolutely amazing human beings. Might be some of them are quite annoying, but honestly, I do love all of them, not gonna lie. But
we have no reason to fail with these lectures.
Questions for you guys actually. So you guys are in your final year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How was it actually? Let me say like honest truth. Because I feel like you guys, a lot of people don't want to be here, right? And since I guess people who are watching are probably people who want to be here.
Yeah.
Would you do this again?
Would I do this again? I think I wouldn't, no. The English is not Englishing. There is no better place that I would be than to be in architecture, if that makes sense.
Really?
Yeah. So for me, would I go back? Just as long as I don't know what I've been through before, I would go back because I would still approach it with the same attitude. I mean, I know what I want and this is what I want. Yeah.
I really believe that everything happens for a reason, and the experiences which I had here has really formulated the sort of person I am. Because I don't think there's any degree in university which is this social. The things which I've learned from the people here, I think it's the most valuable thing for me. So yeah, I honestly love my classmates. I also love the people here. So I've learned a lot.
Buy us food.
Yeah, so I think every experience plays a role in who you become as a person. So I would not change a single thing about my life. Even the stupid things which I did and the regrets, all happens for a reason. So yeah.
So do you think that this is where you were meant to be? Like, do you think that you made a good decision coming into
Yeah, this is part of my life path. I believe that God chose this path for me, honestly.
That's very interesting.
Michelle, what do you think? Do you think architecture is where you were meant to be?
I would say so because it's really opened the way I think. I don't think the same way I used to think. Coming has really opened so many pods in my brain because now there are people that think different ways. There are people that are very interesting.
Extremely interesting.
One of my favorite activities, although controversial, is people watching.
Same.
I like sitting and just watching what people do. Like it's kind of creepy, but like
I don't think it is. I think you learn a lot, and I think
You do.
You should do.
Like observing.
Just
observing.
observing.
You
what
see
people
so
do.
many things.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Being inquisitive of the
Yeah.
fact that a lot goes on around you, and there's a lot to discover. And this is kind of like the start to higher heights of the distance.
To higher heights. Yeah, guys, architecture definitely. I feel like it's been a conglomeration of everything. I didn't think I was going to be making animations in first year, but I did. I didn't think I was going to be filming. You did that thing when you were pretending to be the president. I think
Let's
the
not
whole,
talk about that.
everybody's
Let's
going
not
to
talk about
remember
We're
that.
going to clip of it actually. It's on the YouTube.
We need a clip
find
of
it.
No, that stays in the past.
No, guys, we hope that you guys learned things from this video. We hope that you have more, insights and you know what to do. Anyway, bye, guys.
Bye.